because a recent study of quarterback salaries has shown that if you want to reach a Super Bowl, you shouldn't devote more than 14.3% of your salary cap percentage to your quarterback. That would mean the Cowboys couldn't pay Dak Prescott more than $31 million a year. Shannon, I feel like you're going to be fired up about this. Is there any validity to it?
Absolutely not. Jenny, you know, the thing is that the Cowboys could have had this done a long time ago. So let me ask you a question for this article. So when Dak in 2016 made 0.4%, and 0.4 in 2017, and 0.4 in 2018, and 1.1 last year, where was that? So he was vastly under 14%. And what did it get him? Where's the Super Bowl ring, Skip? Where's the Lombardi? Now, I see one in my background over there, Skip. Where was the Super Bowl trophy? Because, see, now Dak says, okay, I'm only supposed to make up a little over 14% of the cap. So what happens if I give you guys a discount? We don't make the Super Bowl. So let me ask you a question, Jerry. In the next contract, are you going to repay that money that I lost? Because I've given you a substantial discount over the last 4 years, and we haven't won a Super Bowl. No, but where's this article mentioned, Skip, that you know what, the quarterback should always get at least 5% of the money? No, you signed a contract. You know, he was paid according to the way he was drafted. Now he's a franchise quarterback. Now he's 27 and free. Now you want to cap the amount of money that I can make while you suppressed on the front end the amount of money I can make. Skip, this is so utterly ridiculous. A 27-year-old franchise quarterback, Skip, is always going to get the lion's share of the money. You and I both know, Skip, no matter what you think about it, Jared Goff makes more money than Aaron Donald. Jared Goff isn't half the player of Aaron Donald. He just plays a position that is deemed more valuable than Aaron Donald. So based on that and his age and what he's been able to accomplish, he makes the lion's share of the money on the team. That's just the way it works. Now, this article also mentioned that 80% of the 2021 cap is already spoken for. How the hell is that Dak's problem? Because Jerry and Stephen Jones, Skip, I give you money, you go out there and blow it and say, well, Shadow, I'm out of money. That's not Dak's problem. You should have thought about that. You paid everybody else. You made sure everyone else has gotten market value. Now it comes time for Dak. You can only make 14%. That's not Dak's fault. You should have thought about that. And this is what happens, Skip, when you get a guy. What normally happens is that you get a guy on his rookie contract and you cash in. Skip, remember that's what Seattle did. Seattle not only had Russell on his rookie contract, they had Richard Sherman, they had Bobby Wagner. They had a lot of their core guys on rookie contract. They go to win a Super Bowl. Now, this thing could have really played off had they not done that bonehead play. But getting to winning one and getting to another, Skip, it looks like, okay, that was a pretty good deal. Because you know that balloon payment's going to come due, Skip. You know a franchise quarterback, 26, 27, Pat Mahomes is going to come due. Now, the thing that the Kansas City have working in their favor, they've already won one. So this is going to be a great thing. So he's going to get his money. But, Skip, I put nothing in this. This is not Dak Prescott's fault. This is not Dak Prescott's responsibility to manage the Cowboys cap after they allotted 80% of next year's cap to guys and Dak still hasn't gotten paid. This is bull jive.
So my first question to you, Mr. Sharpe, is you and everybody else keep saying, and it was the first words out of your mouth, this should have been done a long time ago. So explain to me how a year and a half ago, Jerry Jones should have caved in and said, you want $40 million a year? I'll give you $40 million a year. Help me out. Please explain, why should he have done that a year and a half ago when they were asking for out-of-bounds, outrageous money, and they still are?
But here's the thing, though, Skip, is that what you have to factor in with Dak is Dak does not have a first round salary. So in other words, he doesn't get that fifth year option. So Skip, in order for him to give that up, you're going to have to compensate him. You're going to have to come to him and give him a deal that he can't refuse. And even then, it might be overpriced. Skip, you might say he's not worth that, but you have to be willing to give that up. Because if you let him get to the end of that contract, Skip, this is the dilemma that you're going to run into.
Okay, now back to your big picture point. This is exactly what Stephen Jones keeps talking about publicly. And you keep saying, oh, they're just trying to negotiate publicly. They're going to try to back Dak into a public corner. Baloney! He's just stating facts. He is warning his customers, his fans, Cowboy Nation, that if we do cave in and give Dak as much as he is asking for, the history of this screams we will not be able to win big carrying that chunk of money under our salary cap. So let's go back to this study by ESPN. So it says that 11 of the 60 quarterbacks who started a playoff game over the last 5 years have made more than 14% of their team's salary cap. And yet only one of those 11, only one, even made it to a Super Bowl, and that was Matt Ryan. And of course, he blew a Super Bowl to Tom Brady and company. So not one player on that list, 11 out of 60, over 14% of the cap, has won a Super Bowl. Well, that's just horrifying to me, because if we look at Dak right now, he would make 14.3% of the cap if he just accepts the franchise tag. That's $31.4 million, and that would be 14.3% of the cap. But Dak doesn't want the franchise tag. And let's go now to what is on the table for Dak. He could snap his fingers today and have, they're guesstimating, if I go by the reports, 35 or 36 million a year. Somewhere in there is sitting on the table for Dak Prescott right now. Well, guess what, Shannon Sharpe? If we look at this table, quarterbacks who made the playoffs over the last 5 years, that would jettison, that would rocket Dak Prescott all the way to the top of the list. That would be beyond what Andrew Luck made in 2018, which was 18.5% of the Indianapolis Colts salary cap. That would make Dak go beyond that. He would be at the very top of this list, and that's just if he took the money Jerry has already offered. Now, let's get to what I believe he is demanding, which is 40+ million a year. Guess what, Shannon Sharpe? That would rocket him beyond Andrew Luck into the 20% category. 20%, that's outrageous. That's so much, that's such a huge chunk of your cap that, as they call Dallas, Texas, Big D, you know what it would stand for at that point, Shannon Sharpe? Big done. We would have no chance if Dak Prescott was making 40+ million and over 20% of the cap to have any shot at this. And now for the killer. You keep saying that Dak and his new agent, Todd France, have to keep ahead of the advancing salary cap, the increasing salary cap. Well, guess what? With this pandemic, there's a huge chance the cap is going to decrease in 2021. Adam Schefter has already reported that there's speculation that it could decrease by as much as 70 to 80 million. And this survey that Jenny just referred to, bottom line of the survey is, if there's a big decrease in the salary cap, that would move a massive Prescott extension from problematic to disastrous. Cap goes down, Dak's up over $40 million. You can't win because you can't support him. You can't give him the supporting cast that right now has some people projecting Dak Prescott to be the MVP of this league. It's because of who's around him. I love Dak Prescott. I think he's the 10th best quarterback in the league. I do not think he's better than Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson or even Lamar Jackson after one big year that was an MVP year. I do not. I love him, but I can't abide you saying, pay the man. Because as Stephen Jones said, he told Pro Football Talk a couple of weeks ago, he says, I know at the end of the day, everybody's out there saying, how have you not paid Dak? And he goes on to say, this is not something where Jerry and myself are trying to save money so the Cowboys can make more money for the Jones family. This, says Stephen, is about a hard and fast salary cap that every owner has exactly the same amount of. And Stephen's final point is there's all sorts of analytics out there that show you if your quarterback takes up too big a percentage of your salary cap, that it decreases your chances to win. Bingo! That's it. It's as simple as that. They have offered an extremely fair market value contract for a very good young quarterback, the face of the franchise. But if he wants 40, we can't win with 40. Then Dak wins, we lose. I'm sorry, these numbers scream, don't do it.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Skip. So when Dak was 0.4, 0.4, 0.4, 1.1, where you still haven't shown me the Super Bowl trophy that you won when he was taking up 1% or less of your cap. Where is that trophy? So there's no guarantee that you're going to win a trophy if he's taking up less than 1%. There's no guarantee that if he takes up over 14%. So why the hell am I giving you a discount? There are no guarantees. So if there are no guarantees, I'm going to get my money. Let me ask you this. Adam Schefter said his cap might go down by 70, 80 million. What if the cap doesn't go down by 70, 80 million and Dak Prescott is giving Jerry Jones a discount? Skip, are Jerry and Steven going to give Dak that money back that they assumed the cap was going to go down? I just need a simple yes or a simple no.
Well, obviously not. But how do you know it won't go down? I need a simple yes or no. Will it or will it not, Shannon Sharpe? A simple yes or a simple no? Come on, give me one.
Skip, obviously. Hold on. Wait a minute now. Hold on. So I just want to make sure. So that means Shanks and these other executives are not working on TV extensions for the NFL. Are they not going to show the games in this pandemic? Yes, they know. All I need is a simple yes or a simple no. Will they show the games in this pandemic?
I hope so.
You know so.
Yep.
There ain't no hope. You know. So this is, Skip, all I'm saying
Shannon,
is this. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And one last point from this survey that we're referring to. It also throws in the fact that I'll just quote from the survey. There really is no hiding how poorly Dak Prescott has played against good opponents in his first 4 seasons. So it's got another chart. Against teams that won 9 or fewer games over his first 4 years, Dak's pretty great. He's 35-11. He's got 75 touchdown passes to only 17 interceptions. That is sensational. But wait a second. The Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe has always told me empty calories, garbage time, bad teams, take advantage of. Yeah. So we go to the other side of the chart. Against teams that won 10 or more games over his first 4 years in the NFL, Dak is 5-13. Touchdowns, 22. Interceptions, 19. Not very great. Hard to sell to Jerry and Steven right now that you're a top-flight quarterback, that you're beyond Mahomes, beyond Deshaun, beyond Lamar, or for that matter, beyond Tom Brady and Drew Brees. In his first 4 years, I never said to you, this guy is better than Tom Brady. This guy is better than Drew Brees. I didn't say that.
You said Brady.
I thought he was a steal of a deal. I said Brady, yes. He's a steal of a deal from the 4th round. I loved him at Mississippi State. Go back and check the tapes if I didn't often just rhapsodize about Dak Prescott at Mississippi State. Go check it out. I told you after his first preseason game out here in Los Angeles at the Coliseum against the Rams on a Saturday night, that guy can play. That guy's going to be better than Tony Romo, and he quickly was. But I never said top of the list. I never said $40 million a year like that. I'm sorry, there has to be some realistic expectation here, some realistic compromise going on. The money on the table right now is really, really good. His weaponry right now is really, really good. His 12 national TV commercials, because he's the quarterback of America's team, is really, really, really good. It's a great spot for Dak Prescott, and he should compromise and accept what's on the table so that this team can start winning Super Bowls, plural.
Skip, all these arguments that you in this article and Jerry and Steven are making, I've been making for 4 years. But you, Jerry and Steven, and a lot of these articles didn't want to hear them. Now, all of a sudden, it's time for him to get paid. Because, see, I guess you guys looking at it, well, that's okay because we're only paying him $400,000. But now he's 27. Now he's started every single game of his professional career. He's taken you to 2 division titles. He's won Rookie of the Year. Now it's time for him to hit that payday. Now, all of a sudden, you want to go to these next-gen stats. You want to go peel a layer back. It used to be about wins and losses. Did the guy win? Did he lose? And Dak has more wins than he has losses. If I'm not mistaken, he's pretty comparable over the last 3 or 4 years to only a handful of guys has more wins than Dak. Maybe Russell Wilson, not Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. That's it. But now y'all don't want that. Now you want, Skip. When Skip was trying to make his point, what about these tight throw windows? What about these plus 20-yard throws? He's this and that. Now when it comes down to get that money, man, y'all need to find me a stat that shows Dak is not very good. Y'all need to find me another stat that says this and that. When I was saying this over the last 4 years, all you told me, all Steven and Jerry and Cowboys fans told me, what about the wins? The hot L's or hot dubs? That's what we want, Shan. That's what we want. Now, he give you them he give you these dubs, you don't want them.
Shannon, no one's talking about throwing Dak Prescott in the poorhouse. We're talking about a deal on the table right now that would make him the top-paid player, the top-paid quarterback in pro football. I don't know what more you want. You want to project out 2-3 years. Will this get rendered obsolete? Will it get rendered the 4th or 5th best deal? That's what's going to happen. Yeah. And that's really good, and that's really fair and equitable to both sides. The money on the table is huge. You keep discounting it like they're just shaming Dak Prescott when they're offering him beyond market value, and you can't accept it because you want my salary cap wrecked. You want my Dallas Cowboys in salary cap hell for the next 5 years so that we have no chance at winning a Super Bowl, and you can be happy about it. It's as simple as that.
Skip, if you don't mind me asking, why should I accept the same amount of guaranteed money as Jared Goff got when Jared Goff has another year left on his deal? Now, if Dak would have signed last year, Dak would have had he'd have been going into his 4th year, which was the final year of that contract. Jared Goff and Carson Wentz had 5th-year options that the team had picked up. So the 4-year to 5-year extension that they signed actually made it a 5 or 6-year deal. Dak Prescott has no more years on that contract. So why would I take the same amount of guaranteed money as Jared Goff? Now, I've read reports where the money is less than what Jared Goff got in guaranteed money. I'm not talking about fully guaranteed. I'm just talking about guaranteed money. So why would I take less guaranteed money with Jared Goff when I'm at the very end of my contract, and before Jared Goff gets to his new money, he has to play this 5th-year option? I ain't got no option. I'm free. I'm sitting over here chilling. So y'all need to come make me feel better. And right now, I don't feel good.
I have also read reports that the guaranteed money is beyond Jared Goff.
I feel less than appreciated.
Yeah, right. You do. Right now, the Rams are really shaky with Jared Goff. And right now, the Eagles, your Eagles, are even shakier with Carson Wentz because I think they just drafted a quarterback in the 2nd round that they think might beat him out sooner than later. That's how much they believe in Carson Wentz. So Jared Goff, Carson Wentz got way overpaid, and I still say Jerry has a deal on the table beyond what either one of those overachievers got paid, and now they're looking like underachievers to me.
You look at Carson Wentz, and okay, they draft a quarterback in the 2nd round because you say they don't believe in him. Okay, well, you're not giving me the money that I think I'm worth. That shows you don't believe in me, because now all I hear is you and Stephen Jones talking about is Andy Dalton. Oh, we got Andy Dalton. I sleep real easy at night. Jerry and I sleep real easy. Skip Bayless talking about Andy Dalton in his first 5 years. He went to the playoffs, had 50 wins, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Well, let's go to war. Y'all need to go try to win a Lombardi. Because all I'm saying is this. Let's boil it down to its simplest form. When Dak Prescott was counting 1% or less against the cap, you didn't get to or you didn't win a Super Bowl. Now you're saying the reason why you did. What was the reason why you didn't then, Skip? Oh, let me guess, you have enough
because
talent.
he's not Tom Brady. How about that?
And that number
he's
one
not
offensive
Tom
line,
Brady.
that wasn't enough. Huh? But Skip, you have to understand, everybody is not going to give you a discount like Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady said, well, where is Bill Belichick? Where is he? He said, where is Mr. Kraft? Where is Mr. Kraft? Every time something happens in Dallas, he's not in front of a microphone telling what we should have done or what we shouldn't have done. Where's Bill Belichick? Because it's been reported that Bill Belichick makes north of $15 million a year. So I don't see Belichick. So why y'all keep talking about Tom Brady? Because I don't see Belichick and I don't see Bob Kraft.
Well, they don't count against the salary cap, unfortunately.
All I'm saying is that they have a proven history over the last quarter century of getting to and winning Super Bowls. Where is your proven history over the last quarter century of getting to and winning Super Bowl? Jerry and Stephen Jones, coaches that the Cowboys have had. Now, Tony Romo, Skip, how much did Tony Romo count against the cap when he got that big deal? And how many Super Bowl appearances did he have? And Jerry Jones didn't bat an eye. He didn't blink once.
Yep.
Now, all of a sudden, it's Dak's turn to get payday. Oh, man, you can only pay him so much.
Okay, but Dak Prescott has won one playoff game in his life. He's 1-2 in the postseason. So where are all those Super Bowls? He wasn't good enough to take us there. It's as simple as that. He's really good, but he's not that good.
Hold on. How many playoff wins does Tony Romo have in 13 years? I feel very comfortable in saying Dak Prescott will have more playoff wins if he plays 13 seasons than Tony Romo had. Do you feel comfortable saying no? 50 cases will do right now that Dak Prescott will have more playoff wins than Tony Romo when his career is over. 50 cases.
This from the man who's told me repeatedly, Dak Prescott is below average. That's what Shannon Sharpe has always told me.
I'm just saying, you like Tony Romo. 50 cases saying Dak going to have more playoff
I don't
wins.
like Tony Romo. I don't have any use for Tony Romo.
But he got paid. Let Dak get his money.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.